Hey, what's up, y'all? I wanted to make a random video. Don't really know. Excuse me. I don't really know what it's going to be about. Uh, I just want to talk about some stuff today. Uh, Man, y'all can't let these damn gang-stalking perpetrators, whatever you want to call them, make you feel fear and paranoia, because that's what they want, man. They want to get inside your head and get under your skin and react and go crazy. But man, you just gotta, you gotta take your time, man. I mean, in dealing with them, like, if you have to take one step at a time to confront them and expose them, do it, man. But don't be afraid to expose these perpetrators, because man, I keep getting phone calls because I was trying to make another video, and all of a sudden I kept getting this one. But excuse me. Man, I don't know what's been going on today, man. I've been sick the past week. Tested positive for COVID and everything at work. Crazy, man. But trying to get myself together here to make a video. I apologize, but just don't be afraid to expose them. I mean, you don't have to do it all at one time. You can take steps in doing it. You can try to record something or say something to expose them. Whatever it is, however you're going to do it, just do it one person at a time or one thing at a time, man. And I'm telling you, man, that will build up your courage and everything. Cause they like to get in your head and threaten you and stuff. I know, but I still keep doing it anyways. They ain't gonna do nothing. Don't be afraid, because I'm telling you, even if they do, you've already exposed them. So if something happens, then you got plenty of recordings and evidence that you've posted. And I'm just saying in general. I'm just speaking to everybody in general that watches the videos, or whoever. Because you got a lot of people that may have seen. If you're somebody that makes videos, then you might have somebody that has seen. You might have a lot of viewers that have seen your videos. And so if something happens, they're going to know where to point fingers at. You see what I'm saying? And so they're less likely to do anything. And honestly, I don't think that they are. At least in my experience, they just want to. I think they're more worried about getting the whole program found out than they are anything. But it doesn't matter. This is for you. Trying to help yourself. Trying to overcome crazy stuff like this, because this is crazy, man. I ain't never seen nothing like this in my life. And it's just like the last video I posted, when this dude and this girl, they come flying in the parking lot behind me to pull in right next to me at the same time I did, to get out and go in the store before me, to be in front of me walking the whole time. Because every store that I go to, that's what they do. And some of them will follow me around the damn store, or if I go ask, like when I go to Walmart and I go ask one of the employees about something I'm looking for, like an SD card or some way to get more evidence to expose online, I'll have one of them come stand right next to me. They will come stand right there next to me while I'm talking to an employee, just to see what I'm talking about. And then, because I had a girl do that, man. She said, she said, that she was looking for photos, but she came and listened to our conversation first. She stood there right next to me, man, right, like as if she was my damn girlfriend or something, like right next to me, like up close, just so she could hear what I was talking about and what I was looking for in the store, so she could go back and tell everybody, because I had my phone off at the time, so they wouldn't track me in the store. I just turned the bitch off and took the SIM card out and everything, and of course they got people in the damn store because they know where you're going. And the funny thing is, I had my cell phone turned off as I was going there, so they must be tracking my car somehow. But but they had people in the damn store walking around me where I was, trying to have directed conversation as they walked by. And so I'm trying to think. But I do that, man. I lose my train of thought, man, my train of focus, because there's so much. But anyways, after she listened to me, she tried to play it off, and I asked for a picture. So I kind of stood around there for a minute, because over at the entertainment center, because I was looking for SD cards or like a camera, seeing if they had like a cheap camera that wasn't a cell phone camera, where it can't be traced. That you got it on filming the asses. And man, when I got done talking to him or whatever, I went over to like the little computers, because the little laptops, because it was right there in front of electronics, and I was just walking around, and I was listening to her, and she said, because she had originally asked before I walked away about photos, that she came and brought some in a couple days ago, and she got a phone call that they were ready. And dude was like, what's your name, and blah blah blah. She gave him her name, and he went and looked. So I walked away, because she had kind of cut me off as we were ending the conversation. She kind of just started talking immediately. So when I walked away, she just walked off, man. I think I couldn't make out exactly what the dude said, but he came back, and he said something about what was her name again or something, and then she just walked off. And I was like, see, that right there told me, man, that. And but it's shit like that, man, that they'll do in the store. And I'll get like, man, I went to Best Buy one time, and this dude and his daughter was walking around the store, but his daughter, she would walk everywhere in front of me. Man, I would turn around, man, because I was trying to find an electronics center, because I didn't want to talk to nobody in there, but I couldn't find what the hell I was looking for, because I didn't want to speak to none of the representatives in the store, because I figured they've already called the damn store and told them a bunch of shit, and I didn't want to walk past nobody hearing all that goddamn directed conversation and all that bullshit, because they was doing that shit as soon as I walked in the damn store talking about all this crazy ass shit. So I would turn around and go to another aisle and find it, and she'd be right there, turn around in my line of sight, and I'd be like, I don't even know how old she was, but I'd be like, man, what the fuck? So I would go the opposite direction. She'd be right there. So finally, I stared her and her dad down crazy, man, because I got tired of it. I'm like, why the hell is she in my line of sight? Everywhere I go, I'm getting harassed on the road, in the damn stores, at my damn house. I used to have the neighbors over here next door. They used to come outside. Every time I would go out that back door, I would hear a taser going off, this loud taser noise, and I would look, and I could hear the sound coming from the other side of the fence over here next door. You can't. It's a wooden fence, so you can't see over it, but I could hear taser sound over. So I knew it was them. Just because I can't see it, but I can hear it, don't mean it's not going on. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can't see it, don't mean it's not real or it's not happening. And just because you don't know where it's coming from doesn't mean it's not happening. So, um, sorry, man. I'm, but, but that's what they want, man. They do that kind of shit to you to make you paranoid, because you hear it. You know, you'll hear a taser sound going off, but you can't see it. So some people get paranoid. Like, I know I ain't crazy. And then if you were to go over there and say something to them, oh, if I would have went over there, they would have gaslighted the fuck out of me and said, oh no, he's lying. He's crazy. We ain't doing nothing like that. Ain't nobody doing that. Knowing damn well it was, because I know damn well I ain't crazy, and that sound that I heard is real. So. And they would do this shit every day. Or as soon as I would walk out the back door, they would open their door and send the dogs out barking and shit. So finally, and then they had gotten to where they would do the taser sound and the dogs coming out barking. So finally, what I did, I started cussing their ass out over the damn fence. Because I said, man, this is crazy, man. Because I just tried to ignore it. So finally, I just cussed their ass out and said, "Roo, roo, 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 roo. I can do it too, man. Them dogs don't want to come near me. Shit, I'll bite their ass head off too." I mean, I was just cussing, man, going crazy. Now y'all probably shouldn't do that, but ever since then I haven't had that shit happen again. And if I knew these neighbors' names right here next door, I would put their ass on blast right now. But I don't know their names. But I know the dude is like some tall, skinny, weird dude, weird looking ass motherfucker, if you ask me. And it's funny, because when I hear ringing in my ears, I got an RF detector and an EMF detector. And when I trace the RF outside, it goes right there to the next door neighbors. So, now I don't know if it's coming from that direction. I think it's coming from them. But see, they think because you can't see it, it can't be proven. Well, it's showing up on an RF meter. So yeah, it can be proven, because I can pick the damn frequency up. So I know I'm not crazy or paranoid. That's why I don't go in here a lot talking about that part of it. But it's just another form of harassment. It's noise harassment. All you gotta do is go buy a little device online and point it in that damn direction. But what I want to know is, why can I hear it, but other people can't? That's something else for me to ponder. But we ain't gonna go there, because that's another way that they can say you're crazy. There's people that live in there with you, but yet they can hear you and you can't. So we ain't going there. I'm not paranoid about it. I know that it's happening. We've got other people online making videos that have the detectors, and they're tracing it right to where it's coming from. Proof, evidence. There's people that have the capability to actually record the noise and hear it. I'm going to be working on that soon. But man, don't be afraid of these people, man, because you'll see one by one when you start exposing these people that they'll get freaked out and shit, because they know that what they're doing is against the law. You know, because it is. If they're doing something they ain't supposed to do, then why are they freaking out and shit? But and it's just like, I tried to go to a PF Chang's the other day, and as soon as I pulled in, I had like 4 cars of people pull in at the same time I did, and they were all getting out, going into the other shops, or not PF Chang's. I went to some other damn restaurant. I don't know why I said PF Chang's. That's weird, but I went to some other shop the other day to get something to eat, man, because I just wanted to go out. To be honest, I really didn't want nothing to eat. I just wanted to be out the damn house. But hell, I can't even do that. But but man, it's the same as everywhere else. As soon as I pulled in, like 4 people pulled up at the same time, and they all got out the damn car at the same time as I would have, and started going into other shops. One of them was a tall, heavy-set looking white dude, like gray white hair. Man, drove a black truck, and they always be in black and white vehicles, pulling up and shit at the same time. It's just like every person I've exposed on here. What color car do they be driving all the time? Black or white? You can't make it up. I'm assuming black and white are government vehicles or whatever they rent out from to these fusion centers, whoever's doing this. But anyway, at the same time that I pulled up and they all pulled up and got out and started walking into the shops, there was a girl, an African American girl, that walked out at the same time as they were getting out and going in the store. She walked out in front of my car, walking by. So they were really trying to mess with me, man, doing entry exit like all at the same time. But basically, what they're all doing is stalking. That's all it is stalking. Because if they know when you pull up at a certain time and they're on cue to come out that door, and for them to be on cue to pull up and go in these stores at the same time, all at the same time, that's not a coincidence. And that's stalking, because they know where you are. But I flipped out. I rolled down my window and I cussed that girl out, and I was cussing them out. I probably shouldn't have done that, but but man, but when I cussed that girl out that walked out the door at the same time I pulled up, and them guys that got out the car, and I started rolling down my window cussing, didn't nobody say nothing. They didn't look at me. They pretended like they didn't hear me. Because normally, if you weren't being gang stalked, you was in that kind of situation, and you roll down your window and start cussing somebody out or flipping out on people, what do they normally do? They probably cuss your ass out back, or they would probably call the police or something. I mean, or will probably fight you. None of that happened, because they knew that what they were doing was illegal, and they wanted me to do that. By not reacting, it would make me look like a crazy one there. But that's what they want, because they call these places you go to, tell them you're crazy, this and that, and they all come in, pull up, and leave at the same time you do, and doing all this crazy shit. And and then they'll be like, see, he's crazy. See, we told you. Well, y'all the ones doing all this shit. So how can I be crazy when you're the one sitting around wasting your time pushing all my buttons, trying to get under my skin 24/7? Maybe you're the crazy one. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe you're the motherfucker that's fucking crazy and a fucking psycho, because you're running around here trying to get under everybody's skin and push the damn buttons. That ain't normal thinking. Sitting around, got a gazillion people worried about one person. I think there's something wrong there. I think something's very wrong with that picture. When I'm not thinking about none of y'all, I ain't worried about none of y'all. I got more important shit to do during the day than sit around worrying about y'all and what y'all are doing. But I do got enough time to come on here and talk about it. But it's stuff like this that ain't a coincidence. It happens everywhere I go, back to back, every day on a daily basis. As one guy at my workplace want to be a smart ass and say day in, day out. Well, I got some day in, day out for you. But the thing about it is, these people know you're not crazy. They know it. And everybody they tell shit about, that they get in on it, perpetrating by proxy, they're they know you're not crazy either, because they're doing all this shit because they want you to look that way, or or they want to push your damn buttons. They already know. Then they know your ass ain't crazy. You already got people calling where I work and places I go and telling them all this bullshit. So when you already think, I mean, are people that dumb that they don't stop and ask questions about it? Like, they're calling and saying he's crazy, so they're gonna start looking at you crazy. Or I think they just tell him to say I'm crazy or something, knowing I ain't crazy. But if I was crazy, I would have done flipped out. I would have done something crazy already. But But the thing about it that sounds crazy to other people, when you tell people this stuff, and it's going on that aren't in on it, at least I hope they ain't, uh, or your friends, if they're not in on it when you tell them about it, it sounds crazy to them, because what they're hearing is, when I go to this place, this happens. When I go to this other place, this happens. When I'm at work, this happens. It's happening everywhere you go. That makes you sound crazy. Now, if all this stuff that you're talking about happened at one place, then whoever you're telling to would probably be like, well, just don't go to that place no more, man. Get away from them. Quit that job, or don't go to that store no more. They just sound like they're a bunch of, they just messing with people up there. Don't go there. That would be the normal thing to do. But the problem is they're following you everywhere, and it sounds crazy to people saying, "Oh, I'm being followed," because not everybody is always being followed all the damn time, and just so they can be stalked and harassed. But it's not crazy. And the reason these perpetrators get away with it is because they're constantly hacking your cell phone. I don't know how exactly they do it, man, but they're hacking it one way or another. They're either hacking it, or they're using 2G Stingray boxes that don't cost that much to make. Anybody can do it. So they're tracking your phone all the time, so they can see everything you do on your phone, everything you type. They can hear anything you say on the phone, whether you're actually on the phone call with somebody or not. They can see through your camera at all times, whether you have it on or don't have it on. They got your damn car bugged with microphones, tracking device. They got your damn house bugged, or your room bugged, or whatever. Same thing. Mics, cameras, something. A lot of them that have said that. I have heard that. So think about it. Everywhere you go, anything you say or do, they know about it. If they're watching you on your phone and you go to try to turn your cell phone on to record them, they're going to immediately shut it off, because they can see what you're doing on your phone, or somebody is texting them, telling them to, hey man, stop doing this. He's got his camera turned on, or his microphone turned on, so he can hear your voice. They know. They automatically stop doing that shit, man. As soon as you turn on that damn camera or that microphone, they stop. As long as there's a SIM card in your phone, they're going to know everything you're doing on it and when you're doing it. Or if they're hacking your computers as well, and you try to record them on your network, or you got a camera that's tied into your computer on the network, they're going to stop, because they know it's on the damn network that you're recording them, man. That's why I'm trying to tell people, man, that y'all need to find different ways to do it. Don't use your damn cell phone to record them unless you take a SIM card out. If you take a SIM card out, then you can catch them because they don't know. Or you could turn off your data connection, and trust me, they won't know if you record them or not. You turn off the damn data, or take the SIM card out, or both. But and they don't know what you're doing on it. Or you get you a little digital pocket recorder that takes batteries, or you get you a camera that ain't wired to a network that you can use to record until you can go home and upload it or whatever. And a lot of these videos I see where they try to prove people or expose people, it's just a picture of that person, or they're not doing anything at that time, because they know you're recording them, or they just simply don't know how to record them right, because a lot of times it looks like people are stalking them when obviously they're not. They just don't know how to record that well, to get evidence that well. But don't be afraid to get evidence and expose them. And one thing you can do, if you're afraid to post the evidence online to expose them, you can at least get it for yourself to let other people hear it. Like you can use a microphone recorder that's not done through your cell phone. It's pocket size, and you can record them. If somebody's walking up and past your door stomping real loud 24/7, by your door, your apartment door, or wherever you live, or they're banging up on it, you can use that recorder to record that. And you can do that for a few days, where you'll have a whole lot. Just in 3 days, this happens so many times. That's a pattern. But hell, just going on 24/7, just in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, that's a lot of evidence right there. And you can play that shit to people and be like, look, man, see, I told you I ain't crazy, I ain't making it up. But because they do this shit, man, because they want you to go back and say this stuff, so you look crazy. Because some of it does sound crazy if you're not dealing with it, or they're not experiencing it, And they do all kind of lies and shit, talking about, oh, well, we saw him do this, we witnessed him do this. Yeah, all of us seen him do this. Do what? Witness what? Where's your proof? Where's your evidence? I still have yet to see any of that. People making up shit, witnesses making up shit that other people witnesses, because some of them are smart. I've had some of my perpetrators tell me shit, like try to teach me how to do this damn street theater. And in the past, before all this shit happened to me, man, they would show me things like, and they would always tell me shit like, oh, well, you gotta let them tell you, you gotta let them you gotta have, or if you ever do anything, son, don't ever have a witness. If you ever say anything, don't have a witness, because it can't be proved. Or if you want to prove something, just have another witness. Somebody that knows the damn laws pretty damn good, or enough that they know how to use it against people that are stupid, or that they think are stupid. And I've had them tell me all kind of shit, and I'm like, man, how do they know all this shit? I'm like, and then doing all this damn street theater, and I'm like, this is some crazy stuff. Like, this is some corrupt stuff right here. Like, whoa. But I learned a lot of it in the Army, because I had an NCO that said, Johnny, man, you're too nice to people, man. I'm gonna help you see yourself, man, and show you and teach you some things to how to deal with people, so they stop fucking with you, man, so you don't let them get you. And he showed me all kind of shit. Made me see all kind of shit and other shit I could do to kind of, you know, get away from the enemy or whatever, or subdue the enemy. But it's not stuff. All this stuff that's doing is not normal shit that you should do to your own fellow citizens, man. It's domestic terrorism, is what it is. And as a matter of fact, it's terrorism. Actually, domestic or not, it's still terrorism. That's an act of terrorism. You know, we're supposed to protect the Constitution in the United States of America from both foreign and domestic threats, foreign and domestic terrorist threats. Well, there you go. But man, I've got a lot of audio of recording of evidence of shit, a whole lot, because they don't know when you're recording them or not. Just because you have a cell phone and they can see what you're doing on that, don't mean they can see everything you doing without your damn cell phone on something else. I got all kinds of damn audio footage of coworkers and everything, just for my evidence, my proof. So just because they think I don't mean I don't. Because trust me, they're gonna be in for a rude awakening. It's all fun and games now. They're gonna keep being up there harassing people and everything else. That's fine. You don't want to be up there harassing folks for no damn reason. That's fine. Go right ahead. When you see, this is what happens, man. When you piss the wrong people off, I guess. Apparently, they were the wrong people. Man, they want to go to the extreme to make up all kind of shit. I don't even know what, but anyways, that's just my thoughts.